from Misha Makes here. Do you remember the last vlog I did? I made a t-shirt. Now let me show you what it looked like. Remember the t-shirt that I made out of this material? Well, I wasn't happy with it. When I came off from filming, I just couldn't cope with the neck because it was getting very saggy. So I decided that I would change the neck. Yes, I'm going to put some little video to show you what I was thinking of when I did it and how I changed it. Well, I didn't like the collar. I decided I didn't like the collar. So I've taken it off. I have got a wide shoulder. You can see my bra straps on both sides there. But I'm quite fancying on making a V. I might make a V with a large wide band going there. And let's see what that looks like. Keep our fingers crossed it turns out okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to I've put a little pin there, and that's roughly going to be in the middle of where my V is. I will take this off and I will put the side seams together so that I've got this here in that direction. I'll find exactly where the center is, and I think that might be a little bit too far to one side there, but I'll put it wherever it is in the center, and then I shall cut it up there exactly on both the same sides. So I'm matching that side seam to that one there, and then I shall find where the center is. I'll find where the center is and I'll put a pin probably about there. And where the pin was, that's the center front. I've cut to here. It just moved, the fabric just moved there. And I'm going to make that final cut there. No, come on. There. And that's my V in place there. Let's have a look and see what it looks like. So there's the V. So now all I need to do is make a band, probably a 2-inch band or an 1.5-inch band that's going to go around the back and down the front. So I shall cut, because I've got plenty of fabric, I'll cut the band. But I'm going to make it in black. That's the difference. So I've cut a piece of cotton jersey, which is, I think this is more cotton. It's got fluff all over it, but very similar to that one. I think that's more of a lighter one. This is more of a thicker t-shirt cotton. And along it I've measured 5 centimeters. Now to make my life easier, because it curls, I'm going to overlock the edge so that I've got a straight edge all the way along. I now have a piece that's 5 centimeters from one end to the other, and it's finished, so it's going to make life so much easier when I'm passing it to the neck. So excuse the cat, because I now have the other one in. She's come in because it's pouring with rain, and she's been outside. She's the one that likes to go outside. She's a bit miffed because it's raining and she doesn't like the rain. Now I've just pinned this, and you can see whilst it's looking okay, there's a lot of gape here, a lot of gape. So what I'm going to have to do, I've just pinned it without stretching it so I can see exactly what I've got to do. And I'm going to have to stretch this a bit down here to make it lie better. It's going to have this crossover here, probably like that, probably one folding over the other, just to make life easier for me, because that's the easy way to do it. And I think it's already making it look a bit better. So we'll pull that down. We'll stretch this this cotton a bit more to make it fit a lot better. So this is pulling in a lot, sorry my hair's all up on end. This is pulling in a lot better. I don't know if you can see it. Would I have to go upwards or downwards? I'm not used to doing it this way. It's fitting the neck a lot better. Still a little bit of gape, so I need to stretch it some more before I finally sew it in. I'll pull it a bit more at the back, just to give it, just over the shoulders. I'll pull it, stretch it a bit more. I'll start from the back and go around this way, and then I'll start from the back and go around the other way and see how that goes. So now it fits a lot better around the neck. I've got this crossed over here. I've just pinned it. It needs to be hand stitched here and hand stitched along, just so you can see what it's like. There's actually an overlap there which I've got to sort out, but that will go like that and hand stitch, so I'll have a crossover like that. Were it something that was a bit more expensive, I would do a nicer finish. I would do a finish like this. In fact, I shall debate as to whether I should do a finish like that, where it's a proper V in the middle. That might be better, with a V in the middle like that, rather than the crossover. So if I do the V in the middle, then I will take both pieces, both these end pieces out here. You can see there's two long pieces. I will put them on the inside and sew, as I'm doing this the wrong way around, but I basically sew a line up there with them both together, so that when it lies, it'll lie as a V like that. So we'll see how that goes. So basically, that's actually, I like that better. That's, I'll move my little starfish out the way. That is a better V. It's just pinned at the moment. I've taken both of them and formed a little V there, and that's pinned, and it needs finishing off properly. I've still got to hand sew a little piece here, but I think that's going to work. If I can get them to lie properly. That's slightly off there, but I shall have it. It was nice when before I started fiddling on with it, but that's going to look much better. That lump on my breast is it's this piece of fabric that I've still got loads of. You can see I've got tons of fabric there, but I think it just makes it look a bit better. I just felt it was too. A lot of people have said to me, why don't you wear V-necks? I'm starting to try these V-necks. And yes, she does my head in an awful lot. I'm trying to ignore her, but she is incessant. She will eventually get kicked out of here because it'll do my head in. Very quickly, this orange fabric that I was showing you last night, I have turned it into a dress. And it's got a V-neck, and I like it. I like it very much. So I've still got a way to go with it. I've got it all sewn together. Got the V to finish off, and all the seams and the sleeves to do, and probably may take it in a bit more on the waist. But watch this space, because you will see that one, what I've made out of that one. It took me, I think I was on a couple of hours with this last night after I'd videoed this vlog that you're going to see when I eventually get to putting it up sometime soon. Shall we say goodbye to them all? Eh? Yeah, should we? Yeah, you're the noisy one, aren't you? You're the noisy one, the one that goes outside, brings all the mice for me. You haven't brought any mice lately, thank goodness. But you're the right little noisy one, aren't you? Always dirty, always noisy. Not like your big sister, are you? No. So there you go, ladies. I'll finish this off in a minute, and if I have time, I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. I've finished that. It's taken me about 40 minutes to do. 30 to 40 minutes. I've put the V in. I don't know if you can see. I'll put another light on. It might make a difference to let you see a bit better, because it is black. I've sewn up there, and it's looking a lot better. It's fitting nicely, and I just think it sets it off that little bit better. It looked a bit too. I'm not enamoured by the pattern. If I was in a fabric shop, I wouldn't necessarily. I'd probably take a wide berth from this kind of fabric where it's patchy type of thing, but I bought some like this. It was in a grey, a black and white rather, a few years back, and then I dyed it a different colour to see if it would make a difference, and it still didn't appeal to me. But this, I think since I've done that V, I do like it even more. I liked it before, but I was wearing it for work today, and I just felt it was bit floppy, because this fabric here is a lot thinner than this fabric here, this t-shirt fabric. So yeah, very pleased with it. Do you remember, I think it was before Christmas, I had downloaded this pattern, the High Tea Floral Block, and I think it's actually a cushion cover, but I wanted to make it really big. Well, I didn't get very far, did I? Because I think I told you I had started on it, and that was the one that I started on, but I was it wasn't really completely looking like the actual it wasn't looking like the actual design. At least I didn't think it was, but it was actually fine, or close to, by my standards. So then I did another one when I was in France. I started another one. Now that's the first one. I started another one, but when I got this one done, I didn't like the colours, and that's the second one. I'm not enjoying the colours. I've got a bit more done than I did on that one. You can see there's difference. But I did this while I was in France, and I've come back and I haven't really gone very far with it. Whether I will continue with it, I don't know. Probably will. I've got the box of wool. I've got the bag of wool beside my chair, and I haven't yet picked up a crochet hook to carry on with it. I think the most awkward thing is, I'm not great at reading, as you all know, I'm not great at reading instructions, and I couldn't really get away with a 1 DCFP over #1 and #2, 2 DC togs. Now I know roughly what that means, but she does have videos to go along with this, and I was watching the videos, but every row that you do, every one of these rows, every colour, you have to go to another video and watch her doing it. And I was thinking, oh golly, this is doing my head in. And I think if I carry on, I might end up doing my own little designs to finish it off, because I really can't be bothered to keep looking at her patterns and following it. So in a sense, it'll be a little bit of me making my own little cushion cover, or possibly a blanket cover, I don't know. But not bad, I suppose. You know, I could probably sew them together or do something with it that way. The pattern is a nice pattern, to be honest, but it's a South African, she's a South African lady, and as I say, she lists all the YouTube videos here, down here. I shouldn't really let you see it very much, but she lists the YouTube videos. She has a lot of images on here that she shows you, all the images like that, showing you where you're supposed to be going for each one. I printed all of these out, and you know, what I would probably do if I continue is I will look at the picture and make a decision on where the next row, what I'm going to do in the next row, because I think I can determine more by looking at that than looking at her instructions, simply because I'm not a crochet person, a full-time crochet, and so it was doing my head in. So yes, it's a nice pattern. If you're good at crochet, then good, go for it. It's called the High Tea Floral Block by Jen Tyler. I think it was on Ravelry. I think it was Ravelry, which is a knitting site, I think. Now I got some lovely comments from people about those t-shirts that I made, the tops that I made that were via Jenny Flake from you. And over the past few weeks, I've had lots of comments. I've tried to answer quite a lot of you with certain things that you've said. Going back to the dress that is this one, several of you said, nah, bin it, it's not worth it. Other ones have said, you just got the wrong material, you've got the wrong, you just need to do this, or you need to drop that, or you need to just change the sleeve a bit, or whatever. And I thought, well, you know, they are right, and a couple of them said it does look nice on you. So I was thinking, well, you know, they're right in a sense. It does look nice in some way. It's the fabric that wasn't very nice, and the fabric can put you off a garment. So in the end, I'm thinking that I might make that dress again. Not sure what fabric to make, but use a fabric that I like. Similarly, with this dress, I'm going to make it, do that again, and I'm going to do it with a different fabric for that one, because I think that will look nice as well. And so yes, and I think I might do the high neck one, this one, in a different pattern. That one that's very similar to the Victory pattern dress, the Jackie dress by Victory Patterns. I might redo that one in a different fabric as well, just to see what that looks like. By the way, I'm not wearing anything that I've made today. I'm just wearing a bought t-shirt that I got from Morrison's in their sale, and this I got from this cardigan I got from TK Maxx, but I love it and I love the shape of it, and it's got a little button there and a buttonhole here that I fasten like that. Hold on, there. And I think it has a lovely drape. I don't know if you can see it. I'll bring it down to let you see. There. It has the most beautiful, it's got pockets. Now in this pocket I've got a phone and I've got a lipstick, which I rarely wear, but I don't know why I've got it. And in this pocket I've got some mascara. But anyway, this, I think it's a lovely pattern. Watch this space for the cardigan, because I might do a pattern for it. It's really straightforward, quite simple, I think. And I'll work it out, and I might be able to do a pattern to show you how it's made. Now then, the next thing I want to tell you is, what do I want to tell you? I bought some cheap fabric. Who did I get it from? VCGA Textiles, and they were on eBay. And the reason why I bought it was I like the colour and I like the price, and really it's a lycra. It's a lycra jersey, and this is it, the purple. I thought the purple would go lovely with grey hair, and it's rather like it's got a lovely colour. I think that's the wrong side and that's the right side, but it's got stretch that way and stretch that way. It stretches quite a lot that way, but it's thin and it's got a lovely drape to it. So I think that's going to make, maybe it's a Jackie dress. It might be the Jackie dress, or it might be perhaps that one that I've just done that everybody says I should try different fabric. You never know. I shall try that. I got 3 meters of it, and I think it was, let me tell you how much it was. 3 meters was, there's 8 colours. I bought the purple, and it says 8 colour jersey lycra fabric sold by the meter. And I don't know if you can see there how much it is. Let me see if I can get close. Can you see that? No, it's not showing up there, but it says £2.29 a metre. And I thought I had to pay £2.92 postage, but the 3 meters in total cost me £6.87 plus £2.92 postage. So I'm not going to complain about that. Whether it's swimsuit material or lycra, I think it'll make a nice dress. It's got a bit of weight to it, it's going to hang nicely, and it's cheap. And that suits me marvellously, because I don't want to be spending too much money on fabric at the moment. In fact, I shouldn't really. I've said, how many times have I said this? Time and again, I'm not buying anymore. And then I happen to see something, and being confined to your house, not so much for me, but you lot being confined to your house, you're going to be scouring that internet and end up buying things. You know, so just take care. I fortunately spent the whole of this last weekend babysitting children, so I didn't have a chance to do that. But sometimes when I'm at work and I get a bit bored, I do go on the computer and start looking. Now, I decided I would make some, I decided I'd make some of these masks. I made a mask. Have I got it the right way? Yes. I made a couple of masks just to see what they're like, and then I read that apparently they are not good for you to use, because the other ones are disposable masks. Also, these don't filter the air, and if you're inhaling anything, it all gets into the fabric, and because they're not disposable, you could be carrying lots of germs in them. So these are kind of made but going to be thrown away really. Next one I thought I'd make would be this one, which is more of a curve, covers the ears, goes like that, but I'm not so happy with this one. Doesn't feel as comfortable, and there seems to be a bit of a gap there, so I can imagine if you were wanting to avoid catching anything, it would get down there. But so these were just trial and error, and they will be going in the bin because apparently they are not good for you. I also have some proper filtered ones which we bought pre-coronavirus, but we've decided that if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Anyway, next, what do I want to tell you about next? Oh, a lady asked me, I think it's a lady, and I've tried looking for that person's name again and I can't find it. But in one of my previous vlogs I was telling you that I had made a German purse and that I liked the German purse. This person asked me if I'd find out if I could tell her what it was called, and I said, well, when I can find where the file is that I put it in, because I do want to get it out anyway, I'll show you which one it is. And the one that it is the Portemonnaie Allen. Portemonnaie Allen, A-L-L-I-N, and the lady's name is Susan Withenrich, and it says handmade by Wittich, and there's a website. The only downside to it is that all of this is in German, and if you don't know German, you're slightly stuck with it. That is, I don't know, I've printed mine out in black and white, but that's what the inside of the purse is like. Slightly similar to the NCW, but to me, I just think it's more rigid. These sides are less collapsible, and I just like the shape of the purse. So it is in German, but I have found something remarkable. I don't know if it'll work on here. Let me see if I can find something I can show you. Say this bit. On my phone, and you'd have to have quite an up-to-date phone. I think this one is a Google Pixel phone that I have. I have Google Translate on it. So if I click Google Translate, I can enter the text from German to English, or I can click camera. And if I click camera, it goes like that. And let's see, what I do is I put it over the German, so say that one there, and when I click over the German, it translates the German. In a second it'll aim at the text. It says next, oh hang on, next you put your Einable S320 insert in front of you, and also cut a strip of 18 centimeters by VB, usually 90 centimeters, and a strip of 18 centimeters by 50 centimeters. So you can actually read German into English. There's this one here. Let's put the camera on. This is a pattern piece, and if I put this on there, it changes it, and it says, once in a double layer of fabrics, your outer fabric and the inner fabric. So you're going to cut that with an outer and an inner fabric. So it's quite good in that way. But also there is another, the pattern caught my eye when a lady did it, a German lady did it, and she actually put that together. I think that's the one, I'm not sure if that's the one she did, but she did something similar in blue. And I wasn't impressed by the fabric, but what I did like was she was making it on a sewing machine like the one I have, which is a Brother. It's not meant to do handbags and purses. And so I happened to catch my eye on this lady's vlog, and she was doing it, and she does talk in German, but I followed, when I came to making my purse, I followed her video from start to finish and kept pausing and going back. And obviously when she was talking German I couldn't understand, but I kept pausing, going back, pausing, going back. And I found that very helpful. I might do because I'm going to make another couple of these, I might do an English version for you. So you give me a few weeks and I'll have probably a video showing you how to do this in English. Downloading it was fairly straightforward, except that I paid for it. If I've got a recollection, I had paid for it, but I couldn't get it to download. Simply because it was all in German. I think now, since I had that time, you can now get your website to translate into English, and you click translate into English and it translates it. But I think at that time I followed through the procedure, did everything, clicked, but it wouldn't let me put England in. it kept saying, what county are you in? In the end, I just had to check. I chose a German county and said I was in Germany. And then I tried to download it after I paid it and it wouldn't come down. So then I wrote a letter to her, an email to her, and I said, I went to Google Translate, wrote it in English, put it in Google Translate to get the German, pasted the German into an email and said to her, look, I've paid for this but it hasn't come down, what do I do? And she then sent me the pattern. But it is a lovely pattern, and it will do a sew along for you sometime in the next few weeks, fingers crossed, and you'll be able to see how it goes. I've got a lot of patterns that I want to show you. I've bought a lot of patterns. You know, when you're sitting there doing nothing, you tend to look by a lot of patterns. I've bought quite a few patterns, so in a coming video I really must get them put together to show you. I'm going to tell you about a vlog that's worth watching, and obviously because we're all confined with coronavirus, probably worth a watch. This one is called, oh god, I can't remember her name. She calls herself the Dahlia Society. Now, dahlias are flowers, but where I come from we don't call them dahlias, we call them dahlias. So the Dahlia Society is one of them, and it's a young girl from Australia, and she tells you about all sorts of free patterns that you can get. She's going through them currently. She's going through things telling you about free patterns that you can get, and what better way when you're sat at home is to download a free pattern. Now then, I'm going to go to my almanac calendar, my calendar that's a quilting one, to let you see what's on that. I'm hoping I'm keeping up with this because the last one I did, I think the last one I did, took us up to the 20th of February. So this is the new one, 20th of February, and this is Scattered Blooms Quilt. And from the 20th of February right through to the 29th and the 1st of March are all the different patterns to make that scattered bloom quilt. I like that. It's a square one though. Its finished size is 64 inches by 64 inches, and the block size is 8 by 8 and 16 by 16. And as before, each of these patterns, let me just go through them. Each of these patterns shows you a different part of that quilt, and on the back of it, it tells you what to cut and what size to cut and how to cut it. This particular one, no, this is a flower one, and the flower one shows you that pattern, 8 inches by 8 inches. I'm not sure how you transfer that though onto, maybe somebody might tell me how you transfer a flower pattern onto fabric, because that's not 8 inches by 8 inches, so I don't know. It says enlarge the block 200%, but how would you enlarge a block by 200%? I don't know. Anyway, well, I do know how you do it, how I would do it, but I don't know if it's the right way. Then there's that one, then this one, showing you the different patterns of all the different parts of the block. That one, and that one. Again, they all say enlarged by 200%. Now I'll take you to the next one, because the next one is Monday the 2nd of March. Monday the 2nd of March, and that's a cake stand banner. So it's not very big, it's only 16 by 16. Oh no, the overall size is 30 by 46. And the block size is 16 by 16. So basically there's just 2 pages, and that's the pattern on the back. So that's there. Then Wednesday the 4th, we then go to another one, which takes us to, oh, this is a busy one, this one. Takes us right to the, is that the right one? Takes us right to the 13th of March, and that's this one. And on this one, there's I think it's embroidered. Don't know if you can see, but there are little animals in all of these squares. Can I get closer to let you see? There. There's an animal in every square. And this is called the Roly Poly Circus Quilt. Doesn't appeal to me, but it might appeal to other people. Overall size 48 inches by 48. Block size 4 by 4 inches and 8 by 8. And basically that one goes through all the different patterns there. It takes you through all the animals. Monkey, bear, Sagittarius, it looks like a ram, camel, dog. Doesn't look like a dog. Oh, I know that one. Elephant and giraffe. So that's that one. Now today is the, what's today? Today's the 17th. So, oh, I'm not finished. I'm not finished. So then on the 14th, 15th is the, this is the train that goes in the middle of there, the very middle of it. There's a train. So that's the train. 16th is a bull, gnu. 17th is a hippopotamus, hippo. 18th is a hyena. 19th is a kangaroo. 20th is a leopard. 21st is a lion. Funny looking lion. Ooh. 23rd is a monkey. 24th, oh golly, this goes on forever. 24th is a raccoon. 25th is a reindeer. 26th is a seal. 27th is the 4-patch block. 28th and 29th is a tiger block. 30th is a zebra block. Now we're getting into the 31st of March. 31st of March is a 9-patch block. So that's all of that one there, which is from the 4th of March right through to the end of March. Can't say it's one of my favourites, but I suppose what I might do is the ones that I don't want to keep, maybe later on in the year, I might ask if anybody's interested in them, and then I can post them to them. So then that takes me to the 1st of April, which is not yet, because we're only on the 17th of March. And so I will leave that there and let you see the rest when we get past the 1st of April. The 1st of April one is a bit of a nicer one, but still not to my liking. So I'll leave that till there. Another lady, again I've forgotten her name, said, do you know how many adverts you've got in your vlog? 7, I think she said. She says, I love your vlogs, but you've got 7 adverts in it. And I thought, oh my goodness me, when I look at back at my video, I don't see these adverts. And I had forgotten to see how many there were, because YouTube asked us if we want to advertise, because sometimes we get a little bit of penny or tuppence for every click. And it does help towards the making of the videos. And so I had said yes, but I didn't realise how many there were. And so when this lady mentioned about the number of adverts, I then found the section that I had to go to get to it, and I removed some of them. So I must apologise to those of you who said there were an awful lot of adverts in my vlogs. It was unintentional. I would try, if most on a long vlog, to maybe have 2 or 3, but not more than that. So apologies to whoever it was that, I think 2 people had complained about it and said there were, well, they didn't complain. I shouldn't say they complained. 2 people mentioned it. And our complaint is different from a mention. A mention, they both said that they liked the videos, but they said, do you realise how many adverts you've got in? So it's something I shall have to be aware of more often. So I'm going to stop there because I want to get this load uploaded tonight or tomorrow at work so you can get another video, and I'm going to show you a pattern hole next time. Bye.